really, really want. So tell me what you want. I want a cold watermelon drink, not drink. Welcome. I am your host, Markia Butler. Glad you joined us today. And Let Your Love Be Real talk show. We have a topic today that is dear to many hearts that has impacted the Black community and churches worldwide. But first, talk to me about the COVID-19 Delta variant. Oh, real quick. As you watch the show, there's a chat at the bottom of your screen or to the side of your screen that you can use to communicate throughout the show. You can also connect with me, your host, Markia Butler, on Instagram, as I'll be chatting live right now. Will we be shutting down again? Have you been governing yourself, wearing your mask, or taking any precautions to protect yourself and others while out and about? It's serious, and we cannot take it lightly. Health is wealth, so be thoughtful and do what needs to be done. We are rooting for you here at Let Your Love Be Real talk show. Today's guest is a self-taught and well-accomplished celebrity makeup artist from Brooklyn, New York. Okay, BK! He has worked on networks such as NBC, Bravo, VH1, and Oxygen. He has worked with top celebrities such as 5-time Grammy Award winner Layla Hathaway, Mariah Carey, MC Lyte, and many more. Please join me in welcoming Londyn! Thank you so much for joining us today on Let Your Love Be Real talk show. I'm speaking with amazing makeup artist, Londyn. Londyn, tell us
How you
how
guys?
you
Thank
doing.
you for
Welcome to
having
the
me.
show.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm excited.
All right. So tell us about yourself, Londyn. Like, what do you do out here? What's going on? Where are you from?
Well, besides being on the block now, I'm just joking. I am a professional makeup artist who has been doing makeup for 20 years. I've been in the business since 2010. So it's been about 11 years that I've been in the business, but self-taught. I didn't go to school for it. And originally from New York, Brooklyn, New York, by way of New Jersey, and I moved out here in 2017. So, yeah, I mean, I am your makeup artist. I am your good friend. I am wardrobe stylist. I'm hairstylist if need be. I am it all. So I like to label myself right now as celebrity makeup artist and branding consulting.
Would you please share some of the people you've worked with because you done touched some faces. You hear me?
So I've worked with the likes of I worked with the most infamous Mariah Carey before. I worked with so many different ones. I worked with TD Jakes. I worked with Kirk Franklin. I've worked with Lisa Ray. I had the opportunity of recently working with MC Light, and then I have on my forever roster Layla Hathaway, who is a 5-time Grammy Award winner, and she is my muse as well. So I currently still work with her, amongst some other great women that are not so much in the business, but hierarchies and corporate and things of that nature. So all my women, whether it be an everyday woman or a celebrity, they're all jewels to me. So
Yes, they are. Come on, Jules. How did you come up with your tag, Jules? Like, what is
So
that?
I'm glad that you asked that because not many people ask that anymore. So of course, my government name is not Londyn Jules, but I always had a fascination for London, which I have not been yet. And I even have family out there. I just haven't been. But we're going to make that a past tense because I need to go between this year and next year. Definitely. And then I've always loved Jules Santana, repping Harlem, New York, so I've loved the name. So I just took the name and, kind of had to add my own little twist to it. So Londyn is not spelled the regular way. It's spelled with a Y. And then Jules, well, originally it was going to be like Juwelz, but people just kept saying, "No, London Jewels, London Jewels." I was like, "It's Jewels, it's Jewels," because it was supposed to be like Juelz Santana. But so I came up with that, and I just love it. Like most people don't even realize that that is not my born given name. My born given name is actually Adrian, that my mother gave me, who I love so much. But and I love the name, but I just at that point in time of my life I wanted to be able to establish some sort of separation. And in this world that we live in this day and time, a lot of people don't go and do research on things. So I knew that people wouldn't really go and Google, oh, well, let me see, or even on my Instagram page, my actual government name is on there. And then I have London in quotation marks, but nobody really notices it because all they just see is just London. So,
Well, I
but it
know.
was something that I
Yeah,
could
I
have to
love
myself.
the idea. I noticed it, and I love the idea of jewels, calling women jewels, calling your artist jewels. That's so wonderful. And so I wanted to just ask about any information or advice you would give to makeup artists that are on the come up and they're interested in doing what you do. You're a celebrity makeup artist. So what
I,
advice?
honestly, for me, it's just all about genuinely being yourself, genuinely honing into who you are as a person. A lot of that of the culture and the branding and just the placement has a lot to do with your personality. Having a good attitude at all times, putting your best foot forward, and practicing your craft, whether you go to school for it or if you're self-taught like myself, I still do not practice my craft. Like it's always, going to be some room for perfection. There's always going to be some room for learning. There's always going to be room for assisting. And when I say assisting, I don't mean being abused and assisting all the time and not being reciprocated for it or not being paid for it. Everything is not a paid gig, but then there are some that you must, stand straight and stand firm and say, well, what's the budget? Will I be compensated, for this? So it's just a balance and understanding and knowing, and seeing the bigger picture. And some things there's a bigger picture and some things and some other things may come out of it. And then if you really ain't got a bigger picture and it's just gonna go but so far, go ahead and get your coin.
Get your
Get
coin.
your
Make
coin. Yeah.
sure.
So, but yeah, I for me, I'm all about the we talk about energy and stuff like that all the time, but I'm all about the energy and what people can bring to the table as for themselves, not so much physically, but just with their personality and things of that nature.
And that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Also, so you're in the industry dealing with image. How important is image to you?
Ooh. Well, image is very important. You can get kind of lost in the sauce because at all times people always expect you to be perfect. I'll even talk about today. I was just like, I'm gonna have to, line myself up, and I gotta make sure. Then I was like, no, like it's just not that type of day. I don't feel like putting on all of that and especially being a makeup artist, people are always, or in any type of um, artist in the beauty industry, whether it be fashion or anything like that, like people always expect you to be on, and you have kind of have to, it's a it's a love hate relationship, because it's not a facade that I'm putting on. This is just what you're going to get when I step out of my doors. You want to make sure you look your best at all times because you never know who you might come across, who you might meet. But there are some days where I'm just in my shorts or my sweats or and Zoom. I'm sure a lot of people seen Zoom videos before and people get up and they have on their underwear. That would be me. But you know I actually, I got dressed today, so don't have to worry about it, that. But there are moments though that I'm saying that you just want to be chill. You don't want to put it on, but it is very important. It's very detrimental to who you are as a person and the brand that you are building outside, of the elements. And when you meet people, because people want to meet people that are fly, people want to meet people that have it together and stylish. And if you just look like a bum, nobody was gonna want to be bothered. So
So image is very, very important. So I want to kind of switch gears here and ask about what you love about life.
So what I love about life is life. Being blessed with the opportunity to be able to wake up yet another day is the greatest gift within itself, because now I have another opportunity to do things that I did not get to do yesterday. And whether it be fix something or do something that I haven't done at all and challenge myself to get up there and get out there, like it, I have another uh, look on life. Each and every day that I wake up. So that is a major thing for me. Um, the other thing that I love about life is being able to really get to know who I am as a person, and really get to learn me, and really get to love on me, and grow, and just pick out those things that shouldn't be in where they should be, or looking at myself in the mirror and saying, hey, what can you do to improve who you are as a person today?
So we came together to discuss more so about the discrimination you may have faced growing up, and the lifestyle that you live. So
Right.
would you please share your journey in regards to when you began the same-sex journey?
So for those of you who may not know me, I am a Black African American who happens to be gay as well. And it has not always been an easy journey. I know when me and you met, we discussed about how I grew up in the church, in the Black church, in the Black community, where you know you're usually slandered for being gay. It's a sin. I'm going to hell. With gasoline draws on, and just as I begin to mature and get older, and finding myself, that's why I say that's the greatest thing in life that anyone could ever have. I began to question and want to do some research on, this just don't seem right. Like, why would God create something that He's going to destroy, or just be so angry and mad at? But then He knows. So on one hand, we say He knows everything, He knows all, right? Then on the other hand, we say, oh well, but whatever you do, or being gay it's a sin, you're gonna burn, like you're an abolishment to, you know what I mean? It's an abomination. But if He created me, then did He not know that all this was going to transpire before? So those are the things. And just hearing people say, oh, you're not born like that, like eh, you pick it up. No, since I can remember, my story was not that I was molested. I didn't have that story. And shout out to those that may have had that story and had to experience that and have gone through it and come through it, on top. But that was not my story. So then what happened? You know what I mean? What happened then? And for me, it was a thing of, you know, I couldn't be who I myself, because I was taught not to be it, or taught to hate it so much that it was just always something I put it in the back burner. So, and going to church, and being in church, and being in the choir and singing on the choir. So all those things played effect, and having godparents that are in the ministry, and like higher ups, and in the ministry, bishops and first ladies. So you just kind of close yourself in a shell and think that it's cool, and it's not. And it's sickening, and it can make you sick, not just like mentally but physically as well, because you are not being able to be 100% you. So it wasn't until I got in my late 20s, my 30s, that I started to realize that, like, this it can't be right. Like, there has to be something better than this. And I started living my life, and that meant no restrictions, no holds bar. It is what it is, with all due respect for myself. So I wasn't out there just being, ratchet, but I was being who Adrian is, or Londyn is, you know, um, and that was me. So it can be a little complicated, because just going into just different details and stories. But for the most part, I've learned to accept who I saw in the mirror and understand that it is okay for me to be who I am and to like who I like. And that it's not wrong because at the end of the day, it's all love. So, you know,
And you taught me something as well. When we had our conversation, you shared, you was like, God wrote my story just like he wrote yours.
yeah,
That like
everybody's. I mean, because I think that just in the world of today, we pick and choose uh, what we want to accept, what we don't want to accept. We pick and choose it can be right for you, but then if you turn it on my story, it's wrong for me. You understand what I mean? Like it's okay and fine for even the whole synopsis of, and I'll use this as an example, a woman being with a woman. That's that's the most funnest thing. Everybody is, oh yeah, guys love it. A man with a man, and then it's look like everybody is looking at you like, oh, it's so disgusting. But why are we so fascinated with women and women being together? But then the tables turn when it's the man and the man. It's all still love. You know what I mean? We happen to over sexualize things, and some other different elements come in, and that's what makes things harder. I always say to people too as well. Do you think that if growing up being teased, being ridiculed, for you not being as masculine, or I mean, and I'm not the most masculine nor feminine guy. I'm kind of neutral in the middle, but having the name Adrian, of course, they're looking for a female. When the teacher's calling you in class, so all of that. Do you think that if I had a choice to say, if God says to me tomorrow, there's two pills. One pill will keep you as is, and you'll continue to live the life that I have planned for you right now. Or this pill will make you straight, and you'll live a heterosexual life, and you'll have this family. What would you think that I would choose? If I had the opportunity. Because nobody wants to go through all that ridicule. Nobody wants to go with feeling like they are not wanted or loved because of who they are. You know what I mean? So if I could avoid all that, well, then give me the blue pill then, and let's just do that. But at this day and time, though, if I was presented with that opportunity, I'm sticking with the red pill. I'm sticking with this life because now I fought for this life. I fought for who I am today to be where I'm at today. All the experiences have made me who I am today. So I wouldn't trade it in for anything.
And I do want to ask, growing up, did you have the support of family or friends or someone that you can turn to? And would you share for youth that may be seeking some sort of covering?
I didn't really have. I mean, my family was there, but when you're growing up and you're in a closet or you're trying to hide who you are, there is no one to talk to because you don't want anybody to know your secret, or you don't want to disappoint that family or that family member or your mom or your dad. So who can I talk to? For the longest I grew up as a single child until I was about the age of 10. Then my mother had another child. So, and the dynamics by then, we're 10 years apart. I can't really talk to him about what I'm going through because he doesn't understand. So when I'm 20, he's 10 and talking to a 10-year-old about something. So no, I didn't really have I faced everything either with my friends or those that were older around me that were also in the same lifestyle as me. I looked up to them. So, but I didn't have a lot of friends that were around my age, which I think helped as well. They were either older or a little bit older, so they were role models, and they were like, "No, we don't do that. Oh no, you won't be doing this. Oh no, come on in here." So I had that element, but other than that, like just talking, I wasn't much of a talking growing up. Yeah, more of an observer. So
So, with the knowledge that you have now, is there any information you can give youth of today who may need to have
yeah,
someone to?
Yes, absolutely. What I would tell the youth of today is to first, I mean, they have to be open and ready to listen. I think that the youth of today feel that what I once did as well, feel that they know everything, and that's not always the case. You know, it's good to have older people or role models around you that can say when you're wrong and not always praise you about when you're right, or can say, "Hey, I see you going down the wrong path. You know, you might want to try something a little bit different." And also, who can verbalize and say, "This is not just a fad. Like this isn't a trend." I feel that today in today's world, we have so many different labels, but we try not to be labelized. Like we have the non-binary, we have LGBTQ, we have trans, you have queer, you have. It's just so much, and it's like in a world where you try not to be labelized, but we end up labelizing ourselves anyway. So I would just say to them to really just get someone of an older sense that can be a role model to them, that they can be verbal with, and be transparent with, and just speak their mind so that they can lead them in the right direction that they need to go. Because I mean, not having somebody is going to be a little bit more harder than having somebody in your corner, you know, especially in this day and time.
Most definitely. And so I do want to ask, is there anything you want to say to specifically the Black community and gay community? Like, is there something specific you would like to
You,
share?
you
Like,
know,
how can we bring like a peace? How can we be allies and help one another and build and grow? Like, how can we, you know,
well, I think that it again, it all starts. Communication is key with anything, and I think that we have to learn how to communicate with one another and be open and not so judgmental. Um, in anything, in any aspect, you know, sometimes we have to sit and listen and take all of it in, and then give our opinions or what we think after. But we have to be receptive to be able to know that everything each person may not agree with, you know what I mean? Or you may have a disagreement. And it may be uncomfortable, but we have to learn how to communicate. And I think that is the hardest part with each other, especially within the Black community, and also support one another. We don't learn how to support one another and be there for one another. Again, only for those that we may know. When I pray for everybody. It's not just a, oh, well, I'm just praying for me and mine, and you know the rest of them. If they get it, they get it. If not, no. Like we have to learn how to come together, and if we can learn how to come together, that's only one step closer. You know, it's hard because we're not represented in a lot of things. I mean, aside from just in the LGBTQ community, but just period. Like there's always a small portion of that. Unfortunately, in the LGBTQ community, we're now just being recognized as, oh, there's blacks that are gay. Yeah, I mean, we always been here, but you understand when you see the poster boards of gay pride, like, and I was just telling a good girlfriend of mine the other day that gay pride is so oversaturated this year, like oversaturated. Everybody wants to jump on the ball now. Before, nobody wanted to be bothered. Now everybody wants to jump on the ball, you know. And with that being said, like you would always see posters or events or ads with a whole bunch of white people, and there was never any representation of us there, like whether it be a black male or a black female. There was never any, you know, all you just see is the white people, you know, in the forefront. So now it's starting to shift, but it's still everything, as we know in this world, is moving slowly. You know, we have to fight. We have to fight in every aspect, especially being African American. So I don't want to fight with my fellow siblings and my fellow black people. I want to come together so that we can fight the fight together and be strong and elevate, you know. And I think that that is where we are failing, and the community whole as an aspect. Because just like I'm gay, there's somebody else brother that's gay. There's somebody else cousin that may be gay. We all got them in our family. Just like as if we may have that one or two people that have done drugs and become a drug addict in our family. Like so, there's no room to point fingers at one another. Instead, let's not point the finger and hold hands with one another and say, how can we, be of help to one another? How can your story help my story? And how can we be great?
Like, how can we keep each other safe? Because that, at the end of the
Stay.
day, it literally is about
Yeah.
safety, and it takes a village.
It takes a you ain't never lied. It takes a village, but that safe word is the most important part because if we are not being safe or protecting our own, who's gonna protect us?
Well, London, I am so proud of you. Like, you are just flourishing. Like, your makeup is exceptional.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
have the opportunity for you to grace my face and not your jewels. So where
Yeah.
can we find you? If just we want to, maybe connect with you some sort of way, please share your handles.
Yes. Well, absolutely. You can definitely find me on Instagram right now. And my handle is at London Juwelz, and that's LON as in Nancy, D as in David, Y as in Yo Yo, N as in Nancy, J as in Jack, UWELZ as in zebra. And hit me up. I mean, hit me up, like, share, comment, say hey.
Most awesome stuff. There's a shirt I want on his page. So, Leonardo told you, I was
You
like,
know what? So that's actually a dress.
it, can I? You go.
And you can definitely, yeah, you can definitely. It's a dress that I've gotten from a place that I won't give any
Cool.
promotion to.
Yeah, you don't gotta share that, but
And
I want everybody to have my shirt dress.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
but
Yeah,
yes,
I
thank you
got
so
it years
much.
ago, so it's not in the stores
Not
anymore.
even available anymore. So I'm just waiting on like a red carpet or something.
But I got you. You can
Okay,
just
you
come
go.
by, come by the house. I got you.
Okay, thank
I
you.
got you.
It was such a pleasure to chat with you today and just to
Thank
start
you.
the conversation. So we love you here at Let Your Love Be Real Talk Show, and thank you guys so much. I'm Markia
Thank
Butler, and thank you
you.
so much, London.
Yes.
That was an awesome interview with London. There is so much work and love that is needed in homes and communities, most of all healing. We each have different journeys. Reminder, each of us have different stories and they're written. We are just walking it out. Prayer and love and peace to you and your loved ones and those are watching today. We will not always understand, but kindness will take you as far as well as letting your love be real. We are something today because of your love and support. So thank you for believing in us. Thank you for watching our show and supporting us. Thank you for sharing our show. I apologize. I have to be the bearer of bad news, but it's good as well. We are taking a hiatus because it takes a team and our team has gotten busy with great opportunities that has come our way. This is only the beginning. We know firsthand all of the hard work it takes and what is required to get this beautiful show off the ground again. Thank you for all of your support. It's been fun. Thank you. I am your host, Markia Butler. Remember, love is the breath you breathe. So, let your love be real until we meet again.